In the midst of an offseason filled with speculation and intrigue, the Philadelphia Eagles find themselves at a critical juncture as rumors swirl around the future of A.J. Brown. Will the Eagles trade their star wide receiver, or is there a chance he remains in midnight green? Fans, let us know where you're watching from and what your thoughts are on this unfolding drama. The Eagles have made some notable additions to their receiving core this offseason, bringing in wide receivers Dontavian Wicks, Marquise Hollywood Brown, and Elijah Moore. Yet, none of these players seem to fit the bill as a direct replacement for A.J. Brown, a player who has become synonymous with explosive plays and clutch performances. As we dive deeper, it's evident that the organization is preparing for a potential split with their star wideout, and the implications of this move are significant. NFL insider Jeff Darlington of ESPN has thrown some fuel onto the fire, suggesting that if the Eagles do not use a first-round draft pick on a pass catcher during the upcoming draft, it will be a clear signal that A.J. Brown's days in Philadelphia are numbered. This news is sobering for fans who have grown accustomed to seeing Brown as a game-changer. Charles Robinson from Yahoo Sports has provided further insight into this situation, revealing that the Eagles' decision-makers may feel confident in moving on from Brown. What's particularly interesting is the connection current Eagles offensive coordinator Sean Mannion has with Wicks, who previously played under Mannion during his time with the Green Bay Packers. Robinson noted that the Eagles see potential in Wicks, despite his inconsistent performances in Green Bay, highlighted by frustrating drops and a crowded receiver room that hindered his development. The Eagles believe that at just 25 years old, Wicks has the potential to elevate his game and carve out a significant role within the offense. However, let's not sugarcoat it. Wicks has yet to prove he can be even a reliable number 2 option for a team with championship aspirations. Over the course of his first 46 regular season games, he managed a modest 108 receptions for 1,328 yards and 11 touchdowns. These numbers aren't exactly awe-inspiring, and they raise legitimate concerns about his ability to step up in a more prominent role. Meanwhile, the team's confidence in Devonta Smith cannot be overlooked. Reports indicate that the Eagles view Smith as a true WR1, poised to thrive if he's given a larger share of the targets that would be vacated by A.J. Brown's departure. This notion suggests a shift in the offensive dynamic that could have significant ramification for the team's success moving forward. As we dissect the potential trade of A.J. Brown, it's clear that the Eagles are moving in a direction that signals change. Robinson mentions that while a trade isn't expected until after June 1st, time to allow for cap savings, it appears increasingly likely with each strategic move made by Eagles general manager Howie Roseman. Adding to the intrigue, the New England Patriots remain in the conversation as they are in dire need of a top-tier wideout and have been linked to Brown in ongoing trade speculation. Unless the Patriots manage to snag a standout receiver in the upcoming draft, the whispers connecting them to Brown will only intensify as the offseason progresses. This situation is fluid, and it's one that every Eagles fan should watch closely. As we transition to our next topic, the landscape of the Eagles roster is shifting rapidly, and the decisions made in the coming weeks will have lasting effects on the team's trajectory. What does this mean for the Eagles as they prepare for the upcoming season? The stakes are high, and the pressure is mounting. The clock is ticking for the Philadelphia Eagles as they face a pivotal decision about the future of Lincoln Financial Field. Fans, where are you watching from? Let's hear your thoughts on this situation. Do you want the Eagles to stay put or explore new horizons? As the lease for Lincoln Financial Field approaches its expiration in 2032, owner Jeffrey Lurie has been actively contemplating the possibilities of a new stadium. While there's been talk of moving outside of South Philadelphia, it's not a commitment to leave the city entirely, just a consideration for new opportunities. However, Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro has made it clear that he intends for the Eagles to remain in Philadelphia. "We're not going to lose the birds," he stated, emphasizing his belief that the Eagles will stay right where they belong. Shapiro's comments reflect a supportive stance, appreciating Lurie's thoughtful approach to engaging fans in this critical decision-making process. Lincoln Financial Field, which has served as the Eagles' home for nearly 24 years, isn't in dire need of replacement like its predecessor, Veterans Stadium, was at the time of its closure. The Link has seen numerous renovations and updates over the years, but as it nears its quarter-century mark, it's essential to consider the future. The comparison to Veterans Stadium is stark. That facility was in shambles by the time it was phased out, while the Lynx still stand strong. However, the reality remains that the lease is running out, and the Eagles must act decisively. Adding another layer to the situation is the evolution of the South Philadelphia sports complex. It's becoming an entertainment district, with collaborations involving Comcast Spectacor, the Phillies, and the 76ers. This transformation could impact the Eagles' choices. With the potential for a new stadium and practice facility, the Eagles might find that South Philadelphia isn't the optimal site for their future ambitions. This comes amid whispers of other teams, like the Cleveland Browns and the Chicago Bears, exploring moves out of their respective city limits. Lurie has made it abundantly clear that he's willing to leave no stone unturned in pursuit of a stadium that meets the franchise's needs. "We're doing the research," Lurie stated, highlighting the importance of approaching this decision with humility and an open mind. The Eagles are at a crossroads, and this research phase is crucial. With the looming deadline of the lease expiring in 6 years, the urgency for a decision grows by the day. The Eagles may also need to consider their practice facility's future, which has been in place since 2001. If a new stadium and training complex are to be built, perhaps it's wise for the Eagles to think beyond their current location. In the grand scheme, the Eagles have a lot to weigh. They are not just considering a new place to play. They're contemplating a future that aligns with their ambitions as a franchise. The voices of the fans, the community, and the city must be a focal point in this process. After all, the Eagles are not just a team. They're an institution in Philadelphia, and their decisions should reflect the passion and loyalty of their supporters. As we await further developments, it's clear that the Philadelphia Eagles are not just looking for a new stadium. They're searching for a new chapter in their storied history. This is a moment for the fans to speak up and share their thoughts. What do you want to see happen? Should the Eagles stay in their beloved South Philly, or is it time to embrace change? Make sure to subscribe for all the latest updates and share your opinions in the comments. Your voice matters in this ongoing conversation about the future of our Eagles.